On 20th April, the Pak army came to our area and there was 3 hours of shooting. That battle is known as Boitikarer Juddho. When the battle was over, the Pak army detained me and inflicted injuries while torturing me. During the next 8 months, we were fugitives, and on 4th December 1971, when Prime Minister Indira Gandhi of India responded to Pak bombing of Indian airports, we were delighted. On 12th December, the Indian army, led by a colonel, came to our empty house. It was full of Pakistani weapons and leftovers, and they cleaned it. Since I was working with the civilian regional coordinator, Diwan Farid Ghazi, MNA, I had the privilege of meeting many Indian Army officers, and they were very nice to us. We developed a good rapport with them during our difficult days. I wish the author all the very best for this book. I am confident that our present and next generations will immensely benefit from this treasure trove of glorious history. A.K. Abdul Momin, MP, Foreign Minister, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Preface. The greatest love a person can have for his friends is to give his life for them. Gospel of John, chapter 15, verses 9 to 17. The year 2021 marks 50 years since the 1971 war was fought between India and Pakistan. Probably very few people today would remember that war. Besides, a new generation has grown up that has no memory of it at all. The 50th anniversary of that war is therefore an opportune moment for the people of India to know how the war started, was conducted, and brought to a close. An official history of the war has been written and published by the Government of India. But history makes heavy reading, and perhaps the time has arrived for every citizen of India to have access to what happened during those turbulent days in the form of stories. Everyone loves a good story, and I hope these true stories from the battlefield will reach a wider audience and open a window to the man in the street as to what happens during a war in the life of a nation and in the lives of the officers and the men they lead into battle. Leading men into battle is a privilege given to very few. It is an awesome responsibility because of the underlying understanding in the minds of the combatants that they may never come back alive. Leadership, therefore, has necessarily to be of the highest order. The officers of the Indian Army lead from the front, and the exhortation is, "Follow me." Therefore, percentage-wise, the casualty rate of officers of the Indian Army is very high. In my own battalion, the 4th Battalion of the 5th Gorkha Rifles, FF, we entered the 1971 war with 18 officers, and at the end of a 13-day war, 4 were killed and 7 badly wounded. Only 7 were left unscathed or with minor wounds. The Indian soldier is among the best in the world. He follows his officers unquestioningly and with great courage, and undergoes great discomfort in unbelievably difficult circumstances. Together, the officer and the men he leads are a formidable combination. The accounts that follow are true stories based on the personal experiences of participants, on oral and written narratives, and on historical fact and recorded interviews of officers and soldiers of both sides, conducted after the war was concluded. However, some of the dialogues of the Pakistani military hierarchy have been reconstructed on the basis of the information available at that time, and are probably very close to what took place. On the Indian side, those who are part of these stories would recognize themselves, and then there are others who were part of these events but may not have known the whole story. I have tried to make these stories reader-friendly. Detailed descriptions of operations have been avoided to ensure that the reader does not find it difficult to follow the flow of events, and the accounts have been shorn of military terminology. Footnotes give the meaning of military terms that could not be avoided. A bibliography is also available at the end of the book for those who would like